Three, two, one. Welcome to the podcast. Happy 4th of July.
Oh shit, this comes out on 4th of July.
On 4th of July.
Whoa.
You guys like my outfit? Pretty cool.
Very.
Hopefully I'm not overexposed.
Very summertime-esque.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I got to bring something out real quick. Go ahead and do a music suggestion while I'm getting something.
Okay. My music suggestion is Bad Bad Not Good's new EP. I watched them promoting this whole EP a good bit, and they were very excited about this sort of transition into a new sound. And I was very curious because I haven't loved Bad Bad Not Good's direction in general. They used to put on one of the most energetic and insane shows ever in a live setting. Oh, thank you. And the last time we saw them, it was pretty lackluster. And it was actually the only show at Desert Days that I think we didn't really enjoy when we went.
They kind of blew cock on that. No,
they weren't like playing bad. It just was like kind of boring.
It was just boring.
It was boring.
Which is fine.
So
People
this
like boring
new
music.
EP is like, it still sounds like Bad Bad Not Good. It has that sort of very forward drum mixing, and it's like kind of still has like these hip hop beats to it with like the jazz fusion. But this whole EP kind of sounds like a Latin big band is on it as well, which is fucking sick. And there's not as many just jam sections with just crazy solos. There still is some, but there's a lot of like very intentional composition happening throughout.
So for our listeners only, I brought out Karl and I these little personal bottles of Prosecco, and they have these weird ass fucking corks. Cork with a W sound.
No.
I know it's not spelled with a W.
Cork.
Not
Yes.
cork. Not Captain Cork.
Correct.
They're twist off.
Oh, I don't.
Ew.
Should we just drink them like beers?
Yeah, they're I'm gonna put it in this little glass here. We're having a classy 4th of July. Not my usual forte. I'm usually a trashy kind of guy, you know. I like illegal fireworks. I like mortars. I like cakes. If you don't know what a cake is, then you didn't have a fun childhood. A cake, for those who don't know, it's like a box, usually like a square or a octagon or a pentagon, and what? That's what they are. They're little boxes.
Yeah.
And inside those little boxes are multiple mortars, and there's one fuse that shoots them all. So you like run and goes pop, 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 pop.
Oh shit, I fucked up. The name of the Bad Bad Not Good EP is called Mid-Spiral Growth. Mid-Spiral, growth.
Is it good? You listen to it?
Fucking sick. I haven't stopped listening to it since it came out. Which was, okay, that's a lie, because it came out May 29th, but I haven't stopped listening to it for the last 4 days.
Since you started listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's empty fucking your bottle into your cup.
Did that whole bottle? No.
It's you have a little bit left, but it's pretty much just one glass. It's always refreshing to find a new record. You're like, holy shit, this is really nice.
Yeah, it's sick. And honestly, it's kind of like Krungbin vibes. Krungbin mixed with Bad Bad Not Good a little bit. Like,
but you described it as like big band.
It is. It's got like horns and stuff on it, but like the Latin kind of sound. And they have, so Leland Whitty, the sax player, he's ripping guitar on most of the album as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Bye,
Justine's
Justine.
leaving. She's getting her toenails done for all of you.
Oh. I bet that's going to sound great on the podcast.
Bubbly?
You guys hear that bubbles? Nice. Well, I'm
Why
glad
don't-
you're enjoying it. I, for one.
Wait.
Oh,
Cheers.
hey, cheers, man.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. I haven't found too many new albums or bands. I've been listening to a good amount of playlists. A lot of like faster punk music these days.
Yeah. Me
But
too.
you know what I thought about?
I have another music suggestion.
Shut the fuck up.
I have another one.
Shut the fuck up. I didn't even get to give one.
Yeah, but I have another, and it's really important.
Okay.
It's that song "Creepy Crawlers,"
Oh, yeah.
also
Was it-
by Viagra Boys. They just write the funniest fucking shit in the world. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's really funny. Well, yeah, it's all about like lizard people running the world, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're putting creepy crawlies in the vaccines.
Yeah, it's
just
fun.
nonsense, but it's hilarious.
If you watch the debate and you're looking for commentary, move along. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've never heard more malarkey in my life. That's about all we can say.
Fuck. Anyway. You know, this is what I was gonna say. I haven't been listening to a lot of music, as always, because you guys know that I don't have I don't listen to music like that. It's weird. But do you think I probably listen to more music than some people?
No.
Let me rephrase. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't listen to like any music, but like I do listen to music, but like comparatively to a good amount of our friends. But you think I'm on the lower
I think
end of
every single one of our friends probably listens to more music than you at this current state in your life.
I listen to music when I drive Justine's car.
That's fair. Wait, how?
What do you mean how?
Your phone doesn't plug in, doesn't it?
No, I just connect to the Bluetooth.
Oh, right. Archaic.
But
I don't fuck with Bluetooth. I only fuck with CarPlay. I would rather
You're
listen to the
insane.
radio than connect to Bluetooth on my car.
You're insane.
No, I would never. I would rather sit in silence though. The Bluetooth is so cumbersome, specifically in Subarus. It's so annoying.
No, it is not.
I hate it.
You know what's way worse?
Well, no,
Ford.
It's shitty.
Ford has the worst Bluetooth connectivity thing ever.
But that
Maybe
was
they
hold
fixed
on.
it.
That's like a 2012.
Bro, on my mom's fucking Escape. Oh my God. It takes like 5 minutes each time to connect to Bluetooth. It's ridiculous. I've gotten so good at it when I was like driving my mom's car a lot that I can do it without looking. But like the sequence of buttons that I have to push is so incredibly long. Ford, I hope you fucking fix that. And if anyone's has a Ford,
They probably have CarPlay now. So
is CarPlay an Apple product? It's like an Apple program?
it's software.
Yeah, that's why I said
So like,
program.
yeah, it's like any of these interfaces can like use CarPlay as an app. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, they just made they made essentially an open source iOS for cars, so that any car company can install that software as like a, it's like Google Chrome on any phone, essentially.
Yeah.
No, it's just the thing that makes it really annoying, the Bluetooth thing in the Subarus, is that like if you're trying to use CarPlay and your phone also automatically connects to Bluetooth, it will just like randomly switch back and forth, and it's really frustrating and really hard. And then it'll like just break both of them, and it won't connect your phone, and none of it'll work. It's
I haven't had that experience.
yeah.
I feel like a need to justify to the viewers and listeners my listening ability, because we're kind of like a music podcast and I'm a music guy. But you know what? I'm gonna go hard left. I think that not listening to music is beneficial for me, for my creative process.
I agree. I mean, I still listen to less music than the average person. Like every year when people start posting their Spotify raps, I'm like
insanity.
tens of thousands of minutes less than most of our friends and people. Like,
Yeah.
I just listen to a lot more music than you because you would listen to the same amount that I do
If I had a commute.
If you had headphones and like a car that you could connect your shit too. David's phone charger port is broken for context, by the way. So
And I don't have AirPods.
he can't plug his phone in, and he doesn't own a pair of like portable headphones. So his means of listening to music are like when he's in the studio, which is connected to my Spotify anyways. Not that matters.
Sometimes I do like to, when I see you listening, I like to, I've done it before, but sometimes I like to imagine that I just keep switching the song while you're listening in your car. Because you know how like you can watch what you're listening.
Have you done that before?
Yeah.
While I'm listening,
Yeah.
you switch the song?
Yeah, because it shows that it's playing in your car.
Never once noticed.
I've done that before. No, you've definitely noticed because I've switched it and then you switched it back to the same song.
Well, I recall one time where I was getting like heated. I was like, David's definitely on my fucking Spotify right now.
But I've been listening to pods. I like to listen to the pods. And I was watching last night. Have you ever watched Kill Tony?
No, to be honest.
I hadn't actually watched a full episode until yesterday. I've seen many clips. You know what it is, though.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know Kill Tony, I don't know. You've probably been doing something else. But it's all over the internet right now. You see it. It's like these comedians, and they come on and they get 1 minute. You've probably seen Casey Rocket. He's the dude who walks around like a crab, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah!" And he's like kind of like pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Dr. Phil, the fake Dr. Phil, is on it. And fake
he's
Dr.
funny as shit,
he's
dude.
Fucking
He's so
hilarious.
Funny. Fake Dr. Phil. Oh my god. It's so crazy because like I would never buy into somebody that's just doing like a weird gimmick like that, but he's so fucking funny.
It's
so
really funny.
And he's not even funny because he's like it's not funny because you're imagining Dr. Phil
No,
saying
he's just
shit.
funny.
He could totally drop the act and just be a comedian and he'd be just as funny.
It does add a certain level of like untouchability to me. Like when he does his bit, sometimes he'll say shit and he'll be like, I don't know, I thought that was funny. Which I think any comedian could do that, but for some reason there's this like cushion that he's created where it's like he can always just fall back on being Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil's not supposed to be funny, so it's funny. Like the essence of him just being on stage and it's all funny.
Yeah.
And then you add on these really hilarious jokes. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, dude. I love it.
Yeah, he's really funny.
I love every second of it. I was watching Kill Tony though.
And
you ever think would you ever do a live podcast
yes, we've talked about this before.
on the pod?
Yeah.
Oh, we have? No,
Think
we
so.
definitely talked about it just in person. We should try one. We should try to do a live podcast.
Who's going to come out to see our live podcast?
Who comes out to see anything we do? Nobody, but we still go and play.
So
I
you
think-
want to try, but like
No, hold on. I think, what if I'm watching Kill Tony, right? And I'm like, how this is show to me, it blows my mind that Kill Tony is that big. Not because it's not a good show, it's just such a strange concept to be playing at like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's a strange style of show. A live podcast at Madison Square Garden? It's just bizarre, you know? But my
It's
point
also just like did you listen to the Two Bears episode with him recently?
Yeah. We talked about the roast.
Well, they talked about the roast and they talk in detail about the experience of doing To Kill Tony in huge venues now, and how it's like it's an odd experience because these are people that have barely ever performed in front of anybody getting invited up in front of 15,000 people for only 1 minute. So the timing is tough because they talk about how stadium comedy is a skill set of its own because you have to like literally wait longer for like the laughs to reach you and for the sound to reach them and all that. And like then they're also supposed to be doing this fast-paced comedy because they only have a minute. And then he's like, so many of these kids just bomb immediately because they're not ready for this size of a show. So we have to kind of like rework how Kill Tony works because it's not at all an intimate setting anymore.
They could just keep it in an intimate setting.
Yeah, but that's not where the money is, dude.
True.
That's not where the money is.
Anyway.
He's been doing it for too long to not make a bag off of it at this point.
11 years.
Yeah. And he's never
proud
missed an episode. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Every single Monday for 11 years.
That could be us, Carl. 11 years.
Every single Monday for every single Thursday for 73 weeks straight.
Yeah. That's a lot of episodes. That's a fair amount.
It is.
But I was thinking about it. And I was like, dude, how could we do this for music and our little fake music niche? And I was like, wait, why wouldn't we just we could do it once a month, once every other month, where we do the Nobody Loves You live podcast, and we could do a pod, and we could bring people on, and we could do like impromptu jam sessions, and we could record it and whatever, but we just do it live. It's the same amount of people that would come to our fucking concerts are going to come to a live podcast if we did it and invited a couple friends and had a jam session. 100%. We're only bringing fucking 15 people, 20 people anyway. Nobody loves us, Carl. Get it?
Sick. I like it.
I don't know. I wasn't going to talk about that on the podcast. I was going to wait till after the show to discuss it with you, but I'm running out of things to say here.
It would be cool if we were... Yeah, well,
famous.
We don't need to... Yeah.
It would be cool if we were successful.
We don't need to conceptualize what it would be like to have fame and money. But, no, I was going to say it would be cool to be able to invite artists and bands up. We probably should just put more effort into having guests on the actual show. But
nah.
If we were on a stage big enough where a curtain could close behind us while bands switched over, and then we had bands come up to, like Howard Stern, but live, you know? How he has like people perform like one or two songs on his show and then interviews them while they're still at like the band set up and like has like a whole fucking radio
We could
show.
try it, dude. I mean, these fucking venues in LA, they'll just take the whole drink, the bar. They just won't do a bar split, and they'll give us a night.
Yeah.
It's not the worst idea in the world.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's not.
I feel like everybody that is going to watch an entire episode of our podcast in the comfort of their own home doesn't need us to necessarily keep putting in effort every minute of this episode to keep them engaged, because for the most part, the people that watch it are consistently watching it because they just like us, and I like that a lot, and I appreciate
you. Are you saying we don't have to put effort in the podcast?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's lulls in our conversations naturally when we have the podcast.
No,
I don't know if there's room for any sort of like every single moment needs to be 100% entertaining in a live setting, I think. Do you disagree?
No, I do agree, but we could do it. The first few are going to bomb. We're going to suck. We're going to be doing stand-up. Fuck! If you weren't such a fucking pussy and a fucking moron, maybe we could figure it out, Carl. Well, maybe not a moron.
Save that. We'll do that on stage.
Maybe not a moron, but you're definitely a pussy because you won't do. I know you don't want to do stand-up.
I'll never do stand-up.
You're a pussy.
I will do this with you 100%.
We could do it. Come on. If we just... Okay, think about right before we start the podcast. We always go like 30 seconds before. What do you want to talk about? You go, I don't know, Bad Bad Not Good's pretty cool. And I go, yeah, all right, that works. And then we just start. Yeah. So we don't really talk about what we're going to talk about.
It's not true. We prepare heavily.
But if we actually
This is a scripted podcast.
If we did prepare heavily, I don't know, man. I'm starting to like this idea. Maybe it's the bubbly starting to seep its way through my skin, but...
Do we have more of these?
We don't have more mini ones, but I bought a whole big bottle.
Sick, cool. David and I are going to float in our pool after this, and I just needed to make sure that I had something to keep me entertained. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd drown myself.
Yeah. We got new pool floaties, too.
I'm very excited about these. Let's not keep these in the clay pit where the pool pump exists this year, so they don't get disgusting to the point of needing to be thrown away.
That's fine.
I missed the pineapple. R.I.P. pineapple.
We had a pineapple. Oh, yeah, we used to have a pineapple blow up.
Anywho.
Yeah, I think we could do a live podcast. I think... Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Oh, no, I already said it. Sorry. Like, we could totally find a venue to just let us do it. As long as we're like, hey, like, we're doing a free event. You could just have the whole bar. We won't do a bar split for the first couple ones. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
I don't want to do this every week. That'd be fucking bonkers. But
could you imagine if it got to a point though where we just like started doing the podcast live every week instead of recording it here, and then we recorded the live podcast at like, I don't know, insert venue here?
I can believe it.
That'd be sick.
I could believe it.
And then we're just, yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be so much more entertaining too. Like, imagine if we had a laugh track right now, but it was real people.
Well, yeah, but
at a venue.
But think about how hard it's gonna suck. Like if we make jokes to you and me, and we don't know if it bombs because we can't hear the beautiful people at home.
It never bombs.
I think it bombs sometimes.
It only bombs if you or I doesn't laugh. Because people like to laugh with each other, and if I tell a joke and then you just look at me like that, then
which I've done.
Nobody is gonna laugh at
which
home.
I've done.
But yeah,
and you've done that to me. So now times however many people in the audience. God, you're gonna shit your pants.
No, I'm not. I'll be fine.
I think. Stop looking at your phone. Focus. We have 8 more minutes we have to fill.
I don't think I'll be. If anything, I'm gonna get too loose because I'll get numb to the whole thing, and I'll say something so fucking dumb.
I can almost guarantee you're not. That's not gonna happen. I can guarantee that your problem is not going to be not caring about the audience.
I know that I'm sitting behind a bunch of keyboards and shit when I do like the Sungrove stuff, but like I've never ever really felt nervous in any of the live settings that we've ever played. Shows that the entirety of us ever performing.
Yeah, because you're a background character.
That's so mean.
It. What do you mean? No, that's not mean.
But okay,
That's
but
not
Olympic formal back when we were playing, I was never nervous.
Okay, well, we played at the Trocadero, but let's see how you do singing, because you're gonna be doing a show soon. Let's see how that is.
Yeah.
Everybody, come out to.
We're gonna tell you about it later. We're still working out dates, but we're gonna play a pool party.
I think I'm ready to do this podcast live. And I think we're going to invite on a couple people. We're going to have a house band. That house band is going to include Cole Bright Bill, and it's going to include probably Noah Dunn.
If you guys see this and you don't want to agree to that, you're already on the ropes. So
we're not going to play with these people.
No.
But I think we should invite people on because, like, dude, Cole, our guitar player, he's a fucking like human jukebox, you know?
Yeah.
So
low key. So is Mr. Moskoff a little bit. Sometimes I'm like, Jake will just like start playing a random song that he's never played before.
Yeah.
He's
pretty good at that. Yeah.
Jake sees the numbers floating around.
Yeah, Jake's Rain Man. Jake's Rain Man on the bass.
Yeah.
But okay, Jake's in there too. Jake, Cole, Noah, boom, house band. You and I tell our shit jokes, fucking
so it's
take our penises out, whatever we're gonna do.
It's just a Sungrove show, but you and I just talk the whole time, and
but then we bring people on and we just model it after Kill Tony, right? These people come on, they do a quick jam session, we do a quick interview afterwards. We attempt our best to be funny, and if we're not funny, we at least try to make it interesting. We do it live.
We criticize them for their playing.
We
could do that so much better, but we're not going to do that because that's not the point of the show.
Exactly.
Maybe sounds fun. I don't know.
I'm gonna get to booking. All right, let's go. We need one more topic. I'm really milking this idea. I'm not sure what else to talk about.
What's been on my mind recently?
You know what I hate doing?
Recycling.
I hate recycling. No.
What?
This is like the most ridiculous thing ever. But I have... So you guys know I work at a restaurant. You know I'm a fucking server. And sometimes people will... they buy bottles of wine. And a lot of the bottles of wine that we sell are twist off. And I don't mind a twist off. They get a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc and it's a twist off. And I'm like, okay, sick. I get like really weirded out about corking people's bottles for them at the table because I'm like really afraid the cork is gonna break.
Like opening the bottle.
Opening a bottle, yeah.
Why?
Because if the cork breaks, I'm
Do you guys
embarrassed.
sell a lot of old wine?
So no, that's when it's ours, not but people bring in their own bottles.
And
they're
wait,
like,
they
"Here,"
can do that?
and
It's a
then
BYO?
They have a corkage fee, so it's like
Oh.
you pay $25 and then you can bring
okay.
whatever you want.
That's cool. So could I bring like a 30 rack of PBR and just pay $25 to Bakary and fucking just slam a 30 rack with a couple of the boys?
I don't know if it applies
Is
to
that
beer,
kosher?
but I don't know if that applies to beer. I think it's a corkage fee. Are these beers corked?
Okay, what if
We rebottle a bunch of PBR.
when are you gonna make your beer? Huh? You bought that beer making kit. What is that gonna collect dust forever?
It's in the closet. It's just in the closet.
Don't do that. Make the beer.
It's too hot.
What?
It's too hot out. I can't do
Don't
that.
you make it inside?
No, yeah, I'm just saying I wouldn't be outside.
You want to?
It's like it's too nice out to be doing that now. It's summertime. Summertime's not for brewing beer.
You could have made. We could have had.
We could have.
We could have had Loving Homebrew for the summertime.
We could. It would have been ass, dude.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe
Anyway,
it.
but yeah, when people, I'm like nervous to like cork people's things. And you know what else I don't like doing? I don't like boxing food. I'm afraid I'm gonna like spill it, like taking a plate and like scraping it into a box. Like, I'm a 26-year-old man and I'm like nervous to do it.
I mean,
in front
that's
of
fair.
people.
That's fair. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
not that
my
weird?
god! I did something so embarrassing last night at Salsa and Beer.
What'd you do?
I can't believe I let this slip. It was embarrassing. We were getting ready to leave, and they brought out all the boxes, and I was scraping my shrimp enchiladas into my box, and the lady came over, and she was like, she came to check on us. I guess she was, I think she was just a busser because she came to grab like the plates because she saw that we were getting ready to go, and she grabbed Justine's plate, and the way our table was set up was like I was kind of in this like nook. And she was about as far, the waitress or busser was about as far away from me as you are, but like I was behind like a little barrier thing. I scrape my thing in. She grabs Justine's plate and she turns to start going. And I just go, wait! And I hand her the plate. She was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't believe I just told this woman to wait.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
I know.
Oh,
It
you know
was
what they
so
just
bad.
changed? Auto
But
gratuities.
everybody just laughed at me.
Auto
which was
gratuities in
good.
California are now illegal starting July 1st. How do you feel about that? Careful, it's a political statement.
Is it?
You have 30 seconds before we end this podcast.
I mean, I'm of the mentality that everybody should be tipping. If you are stingy with tipping, then you should not. Because, okay, for my age demographic,
15 seconds.
If you're stingy with tipping because it's like a money thing, then you just shouldn't be eating out. But I'm of the mentality that I always tip like 20 to 25% no matter what. So for me, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I can understand why it's substantial for people that work on like restaurant tips. But
subscribe. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Happy 4th of July. And don't blow yourself up tonight. Okay. Thanks.
darn tootin'.